Do you need to figure out how to be your best working from home? Let's dive in to how you can thrive and not just survive working from home. I've worked from home for more than 12 years full time, and I'm an extrovert. So I figured out along the way some of the secrets to really making working from home work. Thanks for joining me to share some good vibes in your corner of the world. Live Kind Today is all about making someone in your world feel cared for, special, worthy, seen, and just plain good. Okay, let's do this! So let's get started with some of the basics for some of you who are true newbie work from homers. If you've already got some experience working from home, stick with me for the pro tips. Find a dedicated space that you can allocate for your home office. Now, ideally, if you can find a space that has a door, that's fantastic. If not, I totally get it. Sometimes it's just not possible. But you're gonna wanna create an environment that gives you the maximum ability for concentration. So make sure that you have a flat surface to work on, whether it's a desk or a countertop, ideally being near some natural light so that you can have the relief from your screen. And make sure that you keep your workspace tidy. Messiness in general actually causes distraction. Try and not have a television in your line of sight so that you can really continue to focus. And if you are going to have ambient noise around you that you think might distract, go ahead and put on a pair of noise-canceling headphones. Keep your regular schedule. I mean everything from going to bed at the same time, waking up at the same time, making sure that you're at your desk at the same time, going to lunch at the same time. Creating this continuation of your regular work routine will make a huge difference. It helps you stay productive, gives you consistency, and allows you to focus much more. You can use the extra time that you have from not having to commute to focus on you. It's a great opportunity to start the day reinvesting in yourself. Whether that's spending time in mindfulness or exercise, whatever it is that feeds you. If you want some ideas, you can check out my video on your power hour right here. In addition to following that regular routine, you're going to want to make sure that you get up and you get dressed. I'm not saying that you've got to put on a three-piece suit, but I really would encourage you not to spend the day in your pajamas or in sloppy sweats. It does actually have an impact on your mental acuity, your sharpness, and your drive. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Now, those are words to live by for everything, but most especially when you're working from home. It's really important for the people that you're sharing your living space with to understand what your work hours are, what type of privacy you need, what type of concentration you need. It's also really important for your boss and your colleagues to understand how you work best, how they can reach you, what your working hours are going to be, how you're going to deliver your project results or your status updates or whatever you have coming. You want to over-communicate with people a little bit more than you might normally. It gives everyone a sense of calm and they feel like they know what you're doing. There is some anxiety with folks that aren't used to working from home or having employees working from home, not knowing what they're doing. So just share with them as much as possible. If it starts to feel like you're sharing just a little bit too much, you've got it just right. Staying connected is going to be one of your biggest keys to success. Start off your day scheduling yourself with a conference or a video call. If you don't already have a first meeting right when you get to work, go ahead and start it because it's the best way to become engaged right away. You're able to focus and start off your day in the most productive way possible. Now, you might not realize working in an office how many times you actually come into contact with people, whether it's passing somebody in the hallway or getting together in a meeting for them, or even having a cube mate just next door. So staying connected is going to be really key for your mental health as well as your productivity. Everything from virtual water cooler chats to coffee meetings will make a huge difference, and I really encourage you to do it on video as much as possible, if not just on the telephone. Those are your basics to get you started. Are you ready to really level up and take it to your best level of success? If you are, write success down in the comments for me and stick with me as we begin our pro tips. Sticking to your regular work hours is going to be really key. It's important to keep and set boundaries. A lot of times, if you're working from home, you can have the inclination to either overwork or underwork. Most of the time, it's actually overwork. So just remember, this is actually part of the key of having a dedicated workspace so that when you're in that space, it's work and work only, and when you're not, it's not work. One of the things with time management that is really helpful for working from home, even more than normally, is calendar blocking. If you're not familiar with it, check out some resources. It's really key, and you can make the most out of your work from home hours because you don't have many other distractions like you might have in an office. Also, make sure that you focus on work time during work time. Close those tabs on your browser that aren't work related and save them for when you take a break. Setting aside time for breaks, lunches, and time out is going to be really critical. You'll be surprised how quickly time goes when you're working from home, and you're spending a lot more time in front of your screen than you might normally be. It's going to be really important for you to work in regular micro breaks and regular breaks. If you normally have a coffee break, a lunch break, etc., make sure that you actually schedule those into your day. Additionally, it's really helpful if you work in 30-minute increments. I know that you're going to have lots of stuff that's going to take more than 30 minutes to work on, but if you work for 30 minutes and take a 5-minute break away from the screen, just standing up, stretching, opening the window for some fresh air, whatever it might be, it'll help to reset your brain so that you can concentrate really heavily on your next 30-minute block. It's something that can make a huge difference in your efficiency for your day. Don't graze. Working from home will take the idea of the freshman 15 and replace it with the working from home 30. Trust me. It's really important for you to stick to your regular eating schedule. Stick to the same time that you usually have breakfast, lunch. Do you have a snack? If you do, that's okay. If not, don't start now. Have your regular coffee breaks, and remember to actually leave your desk or the room that you've allocated for your home office to have lunch. Use video all the time. So this is going to connect back to a lot of things like communication, like getting up and getting dressed, all of these things. When you have the ability to jump on video right away, it helps keep you connected. Having a video conversation with somebody extends that interpersonal connection, allows for freer and more honest conversations, and also stimulates you socially. It's a really good way that you can continue to exude your professionalism, market yourself, and stay really in touch with folks, whether it's project teams, bosses, coworkers, whatever it might be. Embrace your background noise. It's actually going to be really important for you to not work in silence. Typically, a little bit of background noise, even if you have some background music that you have on, will allow you to keep your regular level of stimulation that you might have in an office space. Whether it's people going by, other people on phone calls, what have you. If you sit at home working away in total silence, that actually becomes rather deafening after a couple of hours, and it can become its own distraction. Especially now with everyone working from home, it's important to embrace what's going on in the background noise. I have 2 dogs, as you guys have seen from a lot of my videos, and I hear them barking when I am on phone calls and things like that. Now I try not to do that as much as possible, but there's only so much I can do to control my dogs. And that's going to be the same if you have somebody that you're cohabitating with that's also working from home, if your kids happen to be home, just go ahead and embrace it. Try not to be distracted by it, but just let it happen. Working from home has innumerable nuances depending on your unique home life situation. But if you're still looking to level up with new tips on how to work from home or how to work from home successfully while your kids are home, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be sharing more tips and collaborating with other full-time work from homers on their tips for success, and I want to be able to share them with you. Do you know anyone else that could use some help adjusting to working from home? If you do, go ahead and share this video with them, and then subscribe and hit that cute little bell for notifications so that you'll find out anytime new tips for good vibes drop. I encourage you to live your best day, share kindness with others, and make change for good. I appreciate you, and you are amazing. Now go out and live kind today.